Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I am filming a makeup tutorial. I don't do these very often, but I decided to do one since I did skip last week, so I'm going the extra mile for you guys. I came up with this look right here. It's very summery. I wanted a really bold lip, and I've been dying to use this color that I bought from the NYX Butter Lipstick collection. I think it's called Hot Tamale. Yes. It's called Hot Tamale. I really wanted to use it, so I kind of did just a wash of color in the crease. It's nothing too expert or anything like that, so if you're a beginner with makeup, this will be really easy for you. So I did kind of like a wash in the crease. I did some highlight, and I didn't even do lashes. I just did mascara. It's very simple, but it looks very summery, and it looks like I tried. So if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. Thanks guys, bye. So first off guys, excuse all of the acne on my face. I'm still in the process of trying to clear it up. But the first step I'm going to do is prime my face with some Smashbox foundation primer. It's a silicone base, so it's going to make my foundation appear smoother. Then I'm going to take the NYX Green Full Coverage Concealer and just correct any of those red spots around my face. Using a green concealer is perfect for covering up any redness in your face. Now I'm using the new Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation. I didn't know how I was going to like this. I do not like the packaging. It is a little bit messy. I put way too much on the back of my hand. You do not need that much. Such a little bit of this foundation goes a long way. I love how this foundation went on. It was my first high-end foundation. It is super dewy and it just goes on flawlessly, and I love it. Who the heck just texted me? Anyway, the color that I am in is Fair Light Neutral. Now I'm going to be taking my Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Dark Brown, and I'm going to fill in my brows. I'm going to just be speeding through this part of the video. I do have a brow tutorial, so I will link it below if you guys are interested in seeing that. I'm going to be using my basic Naked palette, and I'm going to dip into the color Foxy with an eyeshadow brush that I got from a black and pink brush set that I got off of Amazon. I do have that listed below in my bottom bar if you're interested in looking at those brushes. But I'm using the color Foxy just to set down the concealer on my eyes so that the eyeshadow can blend more seamlessly. So now I'm taking the color Beach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, and I am putting that into my crease with a blending brush. You could use any fluffy blending brush that you like. Using Peach Smoothie wasn't orange enough for what I was going for, so I also decided to dip into Chickadee from Makeup Geek. So as you guys can see, I'm just dipping into Beach Smoothie and Chickadee over and over again, and I'm just building up the color instead of putting too much on at once. I like to build it up until I get to the intensity that I like. Next, I'm going to be taking a Morphe E22, which is a smaller blending brush, and a little bit of Frappe from Makeup Geek, and I'm just putting it a little bit more directly into my crease, and I'm not blending up as much. I like this to get a more precise definition to my eyeshadow look. Then I'm going to be taking that fluffy blending brush one more time with no additional product, and I'm just going to blend it out even further. Now I'm going back in with the color Foxy, and I'm just going to re-highlight underneath my brow bone because the blending tends to take some of that away. Right here you can see that I just went back in one more time with a little bit of Beach Smoothie on the big fluffy blending brush just to make sure everything was super blended. Next is onto liquid liner. I love this liquid liner by NYX. This is their matte liquid liner. I love this because it is so thin that it allows me to get in there, and I like making my liner really thin in the beginning towards the inner corner of my eye, and then making it thicker when I get towards the wing part that I'm trying to do now. So this liner allows me to do it, and I absolutely love it. When you're doing your wing liner, I used to struggle, and I still struggle now. Today was a good day. So here's a little tip. When I like to do my liner, I like to take off some of the excess liner on the brush to get it more precise. The less product I have on the brush, the better. It allows me to really get in there and draw some nice straight lines. So take your time and go slow. Again, angle your wing from the end of your eye to the tail of your brow. That is as even as it's gonna get. And if you mess up like I did, it's hard to see now, but I am gonna zoom you guys in. All you do is you take a angled brush like I have here from IT Cosmetics. This is their fully angled liner for brows, and I guess for whatever else you want to use it for, but I like to use it to fix my winged liner. So I'm going to take the same, just a little bit of foundation and go right in and clean it up, and then I blend the rest out with my finger, and it's such a good trick to make your eyeliner sharp. I love it. So this must be my favorite part of doing my makeup ever. I love concealer. I always conceal underneath my eyes in a triangle shape. And I also like to put some on my chin, down the bridge of my nose, and on my forehead in the center between my eyebrows. These are all the parts of your face that you want to highlight if you want that kind of Kim K highlighted look. These are kind of like a professional tip that you can take. If you only highlight underneath your eyes, you're going to have kind of like a white cast on your underneath, and it's not going to look very professional and even. So if you hit all those parts of your face, it'll look a little bit more even and just a little bit more natural. Now I'm going to take an e.l.f. tapered brush and my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder to set my concealer. I love this powder for underneath the eyes because it is so fine. It looks very natural. And like I said before, I'm dry and it doesn't look dry underneath. It just looks very nice and natural. So it's very important to blend everything out before you set it with the powder so you're not setting any creases. That's what I was doing with my sponge. So I'll go in with my Beauty Blender or your Miracle Complexion sponge or whatever you have, look up, and then you set it with powder. Do not swipe with the brush because you do not want to disturb the concealer. You just want to set it. So the patting motion will be your best friend. At this time, I also like to take some powder. I do like to use Airspun, and I just take it straight from the powder puff, and I set the rest of my face very lightly, not too hard because I don't want to disturb the foundation, but I like laying down a layer of powder so that when I go in with my bronzer, it will blend easier. The brush that I'm using is a powder brush from Real Techniques. And now this is my bronzer. This is from Milani. It's such an old, this is actually a powder foundation in the color Creamy Cocoa. As you can see, I didn't put enough powder on my face. I thought I did, but I did not. And you can see that the bronzer goes on a little bit choppy. So if this happens to you, it is okay. It's fixable. All you have to do is just continue to blend until it looks natural. I also like to take a little bit of powder and that powder brush that I was using before and just a little bit of Airspun, and I'll go over everything one more time to really blend it out, and then it looks a lot more natural. Alright, now that I look like I just stepped out of the Bahamas, I'm going to take my E36 pencil brush from Morphe and dip into Beach Smoothie and Frappe from Makeup Geek one more time. I just felt the lower lash line looked a little bare, so I wanted to even it out with a little bit of color. So I'm just going to continue to blend until I like it. I'm also going to add in a little bit of Chickadee from Makeup Geek again, just to add in a little bit more orange. I'm going to be taking an M432 from Morphe, which is a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to dip into Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek and really tuck it underneath my lash line, as close to the lash line as possible, just to get a little bit more definition. And then I'm going to be blending that out as well, just to get a really blended look. We're officially sound bombed by Kyle, cracking Coke cans in the back while I try to film my voiceover.
What's up, guys?
Thank you, babe. Next, I'm going to be taking my eyeliner from Wet n Wild in the color Baby's Got Black, and I'm going to line my waterline and my tight line because I wanted my eyes to have a little bit more of a sultry look. For blush, I'm going to be taking e.l.f.'s blush in Tickled Pink and the best blush brush of life from Morphe. It is the E4, and I love it because it's so soft and it applies the blush so evenly, and I just love it. I didn't want to use lashes for this video, so I'm more of a mascara girl anyway. So I like the Roller Lash from Benefit. It gets your lashes very voluminous and very fanned out. So take your time, add on one coat, and then I do the other eye. And then once the other eye kind of dried, I'll go in and add a second coat, and it really lengthens your eyelashes. Go ahead and also hit your bottom lashes with a couple coats of mascara. So a little trick that I like to do before setting my face with facial spray is taking a little bit of loose powder and just dusting it lightly over the edges of the bottom and the top of my eyelashes so that there's no transfer from the mascara at all. Then I'll go in and I will spray my face with the Mercier Badescu rosewater spray, and you won't see any of the little black dots underneath your eyes. While your face is still wet, you're going to want to highlight because it'll make the highlight a little bit more intense if you like that type of look. I like an intense highlight. So I'm going to take an M501 from Morphe to highlight my face. And I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Moonstone. I like it because it's more on the gold side, it's not so silvery, and it's going to go well with the hot orange lipstick that we're going to put on next. I almost forgot about my inner corner highlight. So I take a small flat concealer brush and I wet it. You can use Fix Plus or whatever you have, or water is fine, but I like to intensify the highlight as much as possible, so I'll go back in with Moonstone and I just put it on the inner corners of my eye. So the last step to this makeup look is the lipstick, obviously, but before I put on the lipstick, I wanted to take off a little bit of the concealer on my lips. So grab any type of makeup remover wipe, anything like that, and just get off any of the concealer on your lips. And now it's time for the lipstick. I've been dying to try this lipstick. It's called Hot Tamale from NYX. It is so affordable. It's around $5 and it's very pigmented. One swipe and you get color, which is amazing. And it's so great for the summertime. It's such a orange, red fire, hot color, and it's just really sexy and it's perfect for the summer. It, guys, that is how I got this makeup look. So if you guys try to recreate this or you put your own spin on it, tag me in a photo. I really want to see it. I need some inspiration for the summer. I have a couple of looks in mind, so I will try to do some more tutorials, but that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
I need to talk in this part. I forgot to tell you that. Sorry. Do you want to do me another favor? I don't know why I can't get that freaking song out of my head. What do you know?
Trying to learn chess.
Chess? Why? Who tries to learn that shit? That's a bronzer. Right. That's a trick that I learned to get all the extra off so it doesn't get on your teeth. Don't look at me. What?
Nothing.
Girls gotta do what girls gotta do. Thank you so much. Son of a bitch.